Welcome back to Josh Does Life. In this video, I just wanted to do, for anybody that's interested, I wanted to do an unboxing of, well, I'm going to do several videos and unboxings of the hardware and different components that I have coming in that I ordered for the 40 gallon. So this is a Eheim Professional 4 Plus 250 model. I've run a 350 before. I had a 54 gallon corner tank that I ran a 350 on. I was pretty happy with the results of it. I didn't have many issues. All in all, if I'm dealing with fresh water, I'd pretty much rather just have a hang on the back filter. They're just easier to fool with. You don't have to worry about skimming the surface, adding something else for that or buying extra components. And overall, I just think it makes things easier. The only reason why I'm using a canister for the 40 gallon is because where I have it located, my wife wants everything to look nice as possible because it's kind of our formal living room. So I bought 2 of the Aqua Clear hang on the back filters for it, and it's basically amounted to how far they brought the aquarium away from the wall. It left a big gap behind it. She wasn't very happy with that, so I'm gonna run a canister filter. One of the main things that I want to do in this unboxing is I want to actually measure it and give you the measurements with the hoses attached. One of the things that I hope I don't run into and I hope works out, the stand or cabinet that I have the 40 gallon on, it has a small space which is roughly 15 inches by 15 and a half, 16 inches, something like that, with doors. So I tried to look up the measurements and specs for this. You can find them, but it didn't really specify whether that was with the hoses attached and things like that, how much actual clearance you have on the top of it. So I'm gonna, after we unbox this thing, then I'll pull out a measuring tape and we'll get the actual measurements on it in case that would benefit anybody. I think it would have benefited me more in the beginning, but at this point, I'm hoping it'll work. So without further ado, let's just get this thing open. And I'm not doing anything special here, guys. It's one of those things, other people have made unboxing videos on the Eheim products. I'm just doing it, as I get new stuff into, just to be doing it and put my own spin on it. It's kind of standard, there's, when it comes to unboxings, it's not anything elaborate. Some of them I find useful and enjoy watching, but mainly you want to see like the setup and know how it works after the fact. So this will just be for anybody that's interested. Okay, emptied the box out. Of course, I got the manual. The models they have are the 250, 350, and 600, and then they have a Professional 4E. And it looks like it has some kind of gauge on it. I never have looked into that model or really messed with it, but it'd be bigger than what I need anyway. So I think the 250 for a 40 gallon is going to be more than enough. I wish almost that there was one just a little bit smaller, but I'll make it work somehow. Okay. Let's get the plastic off. And as I've stated before too, I'm a fan of Eheim anyway. I stick with their products. I've read and heard a lot of people say that their products aren't what they used to be. Like at one time, they were the high-end, like top-notch stuff. These days, you hear kind of mixed reviews. I've never personally had any issues with them, so I've kind of stuck with them. When I did saltwater and I had the sump system, I always relied on having a Eheim pump down there at the bottom to pump my water back, and I've always bought Eheim heaters. I was trying to think of any other products that I bought. I do have on order just to try for the first time, and I'll do a quick video on it just for anybody interested. I bought one of the Eheim feeders, so I think that's coming in tomorrow. I've got some other equipment coming in tomorrow, so we'll do another unboxing there. And then when I get everything up and running, I'll kind of do updates on all the equipment, how everything's working, and if I run into any issues. My main concern with this guy is that with the hoses on, it fits in the cabinet space that I have. So I'm sure when we open this guy, it's going to be one of those things that it's probably assembled exactly how it needs to be. Let's see, on the nozzles, and I think this part's removable. Remember how to use this, I haven't used it in a long time. Okay, push the quick release, then you have that so that, you know, you can, it's got the flow control, so you shut it off, and then you can take this off so you don't have to disconnect your hoses. Then you can take this unit to the bathroom, kitchen, utility room, wherever you want to do the maintenance on it and clean it out. It looks like these seals are actually have some petroleum on them, jelly or some kind of grease, so that's good. The main thing, like to me, the main disadvantage to canister filters would be that they rely on seals, and over time seals wear out. So over time they're eventually going to leak. I can't tell you, you know, exactly how long one will last. I think on that 54 gallon, I only kept it a couple of years, so, and that's my only experience running a canister filter. So I don't have like long-term experience enough to really be able to tell you the longevity of them, but I mean, I've known people that have had them on tanks for a long time. And then going back to that, there's a lot of different canister filters out there, tons of different name brands. Is it OAC, I think, is one that's big in Europe, and I know the Green Aqua guys use a lot of those and are sponsored by them. I considered that over this just for the fact that you can get a model that has the heater built into it. I love that aspect. That'd be really cool to not have to have the heater in the tank and have it right in the canister filter. But I don't know, it's just, I didn't get a good feeling about it all in all, so I thought I'd just stick with Trusty here that I've used before and the brand that I've known for a long time. But I mean, that would definitely be something to consider. You know, if you have, especially the smaller the aquarium you have, you don't, it looks nicer not to have a heater in it, so might be something you want to consider. I thought when I opened the last one of these, I guess I'm wrong, I thought it had, maybe it does have the media or something, it had something in plastic bags that I actually had to unwrap, but this one doesn't. It looks like it's just ready to go. Okay, ready to go. 3 baskets. It's got the this media stuff, just these plastic pieces or whatever, that just more surface area for bacteria to stick to. I'll probably take that out and put some just like coarse filter media in it instead. Let's see, I think there's a bio media in this one. Ah, yeah, this one's in the back. Okay, so this has another polishing filter here over it, and then it's got your bio media inside there. And you want to rinse this stuff out really well. As anybody knows that's dealt with these type things before, it's always really dusty and it'll cloud your water up real quick. That's all the pieces of it. Easy to disassemble, put back together. When I set it all up and put it together to start with, which these you don't have to worry about as much, but some canisters you need to put water in them and get a siphon started. This one has the pump, which is kind of hard to push, but and it probably won't let me with the valve closed. Open your flow, pump it a few times, then you'll hear water coming down and it'll fill itself up. After you stop hearing the water kind of running, then plug it in, it'll take off from there. Really easy to use, simplistic. Quickly go over this for anybody that wants to see everything. All right. And these are just it's a pack of suction cups, so you can get everything affixed to the glass, I guess. And I might have to do, I guess this won't be too long. It has an extension piece. No, that's the spray bar. Okay, so let's see, am I missing a piece? Thought that was something that actually joined these. Maybe it popped right on. No, I think I'm missing something. Did I lay something else out? Am I just not looking at it right? So this goes on here, and this piece goes here for your intake. I could have sworn I thought this came out and then had like a little joint piece that hooks here, and then it's got a cap for the end of it to stop it, and then it has all the get the cap in. Wait and put it in later. It's got all the holes here, so this is kind of like a spray bar that you can put across and kind of aim it how you want to get some surface agitation going. I gotta figure out where the other piece is, how that went on. Either I'm missing something or I'm not looking at it right. But I'll figure it out. I'll let you know in the next update video how that went. But as far as I remember, then this came over the side, and then it had like a little connector here that set this up, and then you just went across it, you know, put some suction cups on it to hold it in place. Maybe it has something to do with that. I thought that just holds the hoses together. Anyway, I'll figure it out. I'm going to stop the video quickly, and I'm going to go get a measuring tape because I didn't bring one in here with me, and I will give you the dimensions on this guy so that, you know, if you're putting it in a small space, at least you'll know if it'll fit or not. So let me kill the video and grab that. Okay, sorry about that. I had to go get the measuring tape, and then I also looked at the instructions real quick to see if I was going crazy or missing a piece or whatever. So I was wrong. I was right, and there was a piece, but, and I don't know if you can see that or not. In the instructions, basically it tells you that you cut a piece of your hose and use that to join them together. I thought the old ones came with an actual piece to do that, and they may have, they may not have. Maybe that's something they've just gotten cheaper and decide not to include these days. But anyway, let's do this real quick, because I want to see the actual height, and I want to let you know, really this doesn't add to it much. A lot of times these hoses, what I'll do is hold a hair dryer up to them to get them to fit on properly. Okay, I can mash that down. I would say the height of this thing, the height of it all the way up to this top primer is about 14. Then up to the top, you're looking at about 15. To have a little bit of clearance and safety, I'd say you want just a shade over 15 inches. And then, of course, like, you're looking at about 8 by, I mean, it's roughly like 8 1/4 by 8 1/4, something like that, square. But the height was my main concern, because I think that I believe I have 15 inches to deal with. So it'll be close, but I'll get it all set in there and do an update video after I do. Please let me know if you have any questions or comments. I'll try to answer them as quickly as possible. If you'd like any more information about this, or any of the other equipment that I have, or anything I'm doing, please let me know. I like to have some communication going on the channel, and hopefully you'll stick with me. I got a lot of other equipment coming in, some new things I've never dealt with, and all of it should be coming in this week. We'll get it all set up and running and see what we have at the end, and maybe get some more fish coming. So thanks again so much for watching. If you're new to the channel, please subscribe. I'm trying to grow my subscriber base to keep this thing going, so please subscribe to the channel, and thanks for watching.